Hi, everyone. I'm retired meteorologist Pat Prokop. This is Saturday, April 28th. And even though, as we look outside right now in the late morning, early afternoon hours of this Saturday, it looks gorgeous outside. And then the garden in itself is looking fantastic too. But things can change and will change quite rapidly during the afternoon hours. There is a threat for severe weather in our area, particularly from the Statesboro to Savannah to Bluffton to Hilton Head area southward. There is a high probability of some severe weather moving into our region. So with that being said, let's go to the website and the maps. And first of all, here are the severe weather threats for today, Saturday, April 28th. There's a moderate chance for wind damage, low chance for tornadoes, but we can't rule out tornadoes. There is a moderate to high chance for small hail with a lower chance for larger hail. There's a high chance for lightning strikes and a very high chance for downpours associated with these storms that will be coming in later this afternoon into the evening hours. And with that, there's a moderate chance for some street flooding with the heavy downpours that will come on in. So with that being said, now let's go take a look at the satellite imagery. And there, as I said, the sky is clear right now across our region, but we're watching this area of cloudiness rapidly advancing in from the southwest over the Gulf of Mexico. So let's go to the Gulf of Mexico, and right here, there it is. And there is the satellite imagery with the global lightning mapper, or the lightning strikes superimposed over it. See quite a bit of activity over here in the north central Gulf of Mexico. Most of that is moving toward the east, but some of that's going to be advecting up to the northeast into our area late this afternoon into the evening hours. And then behind it, there's another front here that's going to be affecting our weather come before daybreak on Sunday. Now, the National Severe Storms Forecast Center, or the Storm Prediction Center, has our area highlighted for the potential for a chance for severe weather activity. Now, the tornado chances are quite low, but the wind damage expected associated with these is quite high, and the hail damage is confined mostly to the coastal areas of southeastern Georgia, a little tip of southern South Carolina, and of course the east coast of central and northern Florida. Now, the forecast models, this is the GFDL finite volume cube SEER dynamic core model. Let's just say the FV3. It's a pretty good model. And here it has the system coming in by late afternoon. Let's advance it backwards. And there it is over the Gulf of Mexico in the late morning hours. As we go into the early afternoon hours, it begins to ramp up and begin to pick up speed and advance toward the northeast. And there we have it at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, advancing in across southeastern Georgia and south central Georgia, with the heaviest activity now just approaching the greater Savannah area. It's already at this time, if it's correct, in the Hinesville area and approaching Statesboro. And then as we advance to 6 o'clock, it is moving into the Savannah area and just moving east of Statesboro. And then by 7 o'clock, advances into the Bluffton, Hardyville, Hilton Head area and approaching Beaufort, South Carolina, with most of the Georgia activity now moving out to sea. This is by sunset this evening. And there's the actual sunset time right there at 8 o'clock. And most of the heavy activity is out to sea. So it looks like it's over by then. But as we advance toward time, a few showers could develop overnight. And here we are at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then this next wave starts coming in. This is the actual cold front that's going to be pushing on through. And this is at right around sunrise tomorrow morning, 7 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Some more downpours and some lightning and thunder and some gusty winds could be associated with this as well. And then as we advance into time in the afternoon, things begin to clear out, but the winds are going to be blustery. Looking at the thermodynamics behind this system, something that I look at a lot. And when these numbers line up over here in these colors in one single column, that's where you're going to have most of the time of the severest activity. And this is at between 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock this afternoon in the greater Savannah area. And actually between 2 and 7 will be the highlighted time. And there we see total precipitation about 2/3 to 3/4 of an inch of rain to be associated with this system. A little less, about the same rainfall amounts in the Statesboro area, A little less severe activity potential there. Now, looking at the National Weather Service precision forecast data from the National Data Forecast database, here we have rainfall rates about an inch at the Savannah airport and about 3/4 of an inch to an inch in many other locations in the greater Savannah area. And as we look at the southeast portions of Georgia, we're seeing about the same thing. Hinesville, about an inch of rain, or a little bit more than an inch of rain forecast. Same about Midway, 1 1/4 inches of rain. Richmond Hill, boy, the other day you had some very large hail. Hopefully the hail won't be that large again today, but over an inch of rain possible there. And further to the south, St. Simon's Island, the other day you had over 2 inches of rain there, and the potential for another 1.25 or 1.25 of rain possible out of this system today. So keep that in mind. Looking at the Hilton Head, Bluffton, Hardyville area, about a little less, about 2/3 of an inch of rain, and maybe an inch of rain in some areas around Sun City and Hardyville. And in Beaufort, about 2/3 of an inch of rain there. Ridgeland, about 91/100 of an inch, about almost an inch of rain. And as we look ahead over into the winds, now it's going to be a little bit on the breezy side this afternoon. Now, during the storms, we could see winds gusting over 60 miles an hour possible with some of those wind gusts, straight line winds associated with these storms moving in. But then tomorrow, after the storm system passes through, the sky will be clearing off. However, the winds are going to be rather blustery throughout the day tomorrow. They'll be gusting from 20 to 30 miles per hour at times, and that'll continue into the evening hours before the winds begin to start to diminishing during the nighttime hours. A little bit stronger winds in the southern counties. Look at Baxley, Appling County, 30 to 32 mile per hour wind gust potential, maybe up to 35 miles an hour. And St. Simon's, blustery winds out of there. They'll be coming in from the west, though, so it'll be blowing the water out back to sea. So not concerning about any tide information or tide data or any flooding associated with the winds, which is good. Actually, you might have a very low tide, a blowout tide with these strong westerly winds coming in tomorrow. Same thing for Hardyville and South Carolina, Hilton Head area. Blustery winds, but blowing from the west to the east, so across the land, pushing the water out to sea. So, with that being said, looking at the conditions again, there's a chance for severe thunderstorms this afternoon in the evening hours, particularly from south of an area of a line from Statesboro, Savannah, Bluffton, Hilton Head, maybe Beaufort. Storms will be capable of generating damaging winds, small to medium-sized hail, heavy downpours, and lightning strikes. Got to watch out for those lightning strikes, particularly late in the afternoon. There will be a low chance for a few short-lived tornadoes, and those will be very rare, if any, do develop, but there's a small chance that that could happen. The prime time for the severe weather will be from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock this evening, but periods of moderate to heavy rain and thunder will continue overnight, particularly around daybreak tomorrow morning when that secondary line passes on through. So hopefully you get some good information out of this video, and that you'll be aware of the rapidly changing weather conditions that will be prevailing this afternoon across our area. Again, I will not be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center puts a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our area this afternoon, probably from somewhere around 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock this evening. So be ready for that. And the threat will be damaging winds and large hail and heavy downpours and lightning strikes to be associated with this storm. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, as that helps get you the information. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. And not only the weather, I also post garden videos on here, because I have this outstanding heavenly backyard garden in the backyard with my astronomy. And the garden, as you can see right here, the garden view is looking rather great, and it's only getting better as the garden peaks around the end of May and all of June and July. So a lot of activity in the garden going on right now. But right at the moment, I'm more concerned about the weather conditions moving into our area. So stay alert, keep an eye on the weather, and if need be, I'll go live if the weather gets really bad right here on my YouTube channel. So again, thanks for watching and stay safe.